Hello, Gabe.
Hi, Deb. How you doing?
Good. So you saw Tenet?
It was a really awesome, action-packed science fiction thriller.
It's reversing the flow of time. Doesn't us being here now mean it never happened?
Worth seeing in the theater, I gotta say.
Oh yeah, well it's the only place you can see it still. It's one of the few movies that hasn't been directly released, on demand or whatever. And it's worth seeing. Christopher Nolan, he's a convoluted kind of guy.
Makes you think, for sure.
Yeah, you have to think in that, and it's probably worthy of a second viewing.
That's what I was thinking. Just like Memento, when they play with time and you don't pick up everything the first time, you gotta rewatch it and now it makes sense because I missed that, and you can put the pieces together.
You're talking Christopher Nolan's one of his first films.
Memento, right?
Memento. It's one of my favorite films, actually. Mm-hmm. It's kind of told backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. But then Dunkirk, his last film before this, which was up for Best Picture of the Year, he tells it the land, the air, and the sea, and he tells each of those stories at different times. They're within the same time, but then they tell them differently. So something's already happened in another story, and then you see it from the other angle again. And it's got a time shift in it, which I know threw some people off, but I was really intrigued by it. I think he's a great filmer. He also wrote the film.
Right. He started writing it like 10 years ago, I think. He's been working on it.
That film would take some time to write. And you question things, and a scene happens, and it's memorable, but you're not quite sure, and then an hour later in the film, you find out.
You're seeing the same thing, but from another perspective.
Right.
You've learned more. So.
Yes. And you don't really need a physics degree to follow it, but it helps.
It expands your mind because they're talking about paradoxes and stuff and alternate realities and
Well, those mindless action films.
Yeah.
This is not that.
This is not that. No.
And I can't remember his name. Denzel Washington's son.
Right.
It's quite good. Quite good.
Robert Pattinson was pretty good too.
Very good. Doesn't matter. Like nothing I've ever seen him before. And it looked like him, but I wasn't sure it was him.
Hi, my name is Gabe Smith with John L. Scott Real Estate. I'm certified with my company's Buy, Sell, Safe program and can demonstrate the necessary skills to protect the public during the COVID-19 pandemic. For help with the home buying and home selling process in Kitsap County, contact me today.
I'd say one thing I was missing from this movie was more Michael Caine.
Well,
he
shows cameo. Up. He wasn't in Memento, but he's been in all of his other films, all the Batman movies,
Dark Knight.
Yeah, all of
Alfred.
them. And he has to be in them. And I heard Christopher Nolan's going to quit making movies once he passes. Well, I don't know if that's true. I hope not. The guy is one of the great ones. Plus, he really believes in movie theaters. That's why he did not want it set out on demand right away. Warner Brothers wanted to, and AT&T, which owns Warner Brothers, their head guy, he really pushed it. And Christopher Nolan said no. He's a true artist to his form. So he doesn't do 3D movies either.
Right, I heard he stays away from CGI and stuff like that. He's more of a naturalist, so a lot of the action stuff is real. And with this film, they had to film things twice. They filmed it forwards and backwards.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
But that wasn't necessarily CGI.
No, it wasn't CGI. That's what I'm saying. Even in Dark Knight, when they flipped that truck and stuff, they really did that.
Really?
I believe so.
Oh, it's very cool. Yeah, he's a one of a kind. He's a throwback to great filmmaking, really. Yeah, it's worthy of viewing. So I'm glad to be back. We're going to make an honest effort of it and appreciate anybody willingness to come check out a movie again at the Firehouse Theater. Yeah. Oh, next movie is Infidel, and we'll do another review of that. Okay. See you at the movies.